Hello, hello. Just setting up some things because, well, yeah. All right. I was already working on the game. I'm like, okay, I might as well be streaming it because it at least forces me to work on it more. Keep better, keep me more focused and make me watch maybe a few less YouTube videos. Most recently, the thing of the day, I was watching Control. Oh, actually, playing Control, and there's this song I really like from it. And I was like, you know what? Let me Now I can control things too. Oh, dog moves around. Throw things. Or drop them. Actually, I just threw it anyway, didn't it? It still uses the door icon. Don't question it. Apparently I can get trapped into the dog too. The dog's not supposed to be over here. I moved him over here for a photo op. But I think he's actually over here already anyway. Or should be. Yeah. He's a scooch. So named because the DAS files for him it called him that. So I was like, that's not a bad name. He looks like a scooch. I can get behind it. He needs to not be by this wall though, I think. He can live over here for now. I think I'll have some sort of game where you like, throw a ball for him or something now that I can pick objects up. Maybe. I don't know. Let me make certain everything is currently working well here. YouTube used to push streaming content quite a bit. Now it doesn't seem to. That's interesting. Need this. That looks like it's going okay. Not bad, not bad. Sure. All right, so what's new? Just in case anyone happens to check out this later and is curious. In the previous game, there was like a curse thing or a previous incarnation, and the curse was she just talked about it. But now this might be too much light for this area. Let me go. Well, she can crawl, by the way. So you go off into the darkness, and you'll notice things start to change. As the curse takes hold. I haven't made animations for it to appear more cursed, but you can see the music fades away, and it's like, and she just keels over dead. I need a different thing for it. Unfortunately, there's something wrong with the respawn. She's respawning underneath the world, which I actually don't know why that is yet. The respawn used to work. So I'll have to figure out why that is, but So that's a thing. Actually, that reminds me to fix a thing on it. Not that one. All my 9 million files to play with here. I need the Poppet one. To the surprise of nobody, this is the most complicated of all the blueprints. Hey Mike, how's it going? I'm just undoing a quick change I made here. Yeah, 0. I put in a system where Poppet goes crazy. The respawn's not working correctly. But yeah, they're she makes noises now when she runs around. You can now pick up objects. and throw them. Or just drop them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh. Dude came over to try to fight me. I need to fix him dying at that. Add in the crazy system. You go off into the darkness and you see how everything starts to change. You stay in the darkness too long and it just kills you. I need a better particle for dying in this darkness too. I'll find something. I kind of gave him a little too long, I think, honestly. But maybe it seems longer because I'm just standing there like an idiot watching it. Yeah, someone that respawns, she's spawning below the world. I don't know why. Yeah, see, no longer are people going to go, oh, she's cursed. Yeah, okay, she's not just talking about it. Now if you go in the darkness, there's a very real penalty for being in the darkness for too long. So, made that thing going on. And the minion, oh, the enemy now fights, where it's a little more complicated than it used to be. It will actually move up and hit things, so I made that work. What else have I made work? I want to say that's a large portion of it. I mean, I added in sound effects, so the music seems a bit too loud. So I probably need to tone the music down some. Oh. She now has a box she can jump inside. That acts as a respawn point. You can close the lid too if you want. This light works too. Just for reasons. I need to make things so this can't come with, like, because if she gets too far away, it's set so it won't drop it. So I need to have a thing if she gets too far away, it drops it, but... Too much playing control. Now I have to have this effect myself. Into the box. Oh, I missed it. My cube now. Okay, it did go off. So the sound effect looks like it's kind of broken a bit on it. Whatever. Okay, that sound effect is really annoying if it keeps going forever. And of course this makes you go all crazy, but this actually now does work, though it shoots a little too high, but it will cause her to stop being crazy. Yeah, about where I am at the moment. So I was working on the light system, so this way, you know, it could add them all to an array and then remove them from the array. So, like, depending upon if she was close to any of them, it would work. Which, where was that? Yeah, I borrowed the blueprint off this Victorian house thing because these are wonderful. And then adapted them so that my own things would work, including the light stuff. You could learn a lot from a lot of these pre-made blueprints to interact with stuff. Like this guy made all these things, and I learned that you could create these dynamic materials to change the look of the things there, so it looks like it actually lights up, and give it like an emissive power in the material. I already knew about place, sound, location, and things like that. And I did my typical loop and light thing here, where I make a custom event and then it just runs up here and just continuously checks, and will keep looping itself over and over and over until such a point where the character's in darkness, and then it goes to here and removes itself from Poppet. And man, I was actually pretty proud of this one. Where is it? Where is in darkness? That's the magician card. Oh yeah, here. Where that little event back here sends the this particular actor over to Poppet, and then adds it to this array here, and then checks to see if it's in that array here. If you can't find it, -1, that means it can't find it in an array. And then it adds or removes it. And then a whole other thing appeared to update sanity. It just adds and removes it because the sanity is like ticks down. That's why it's turning dark like that. I mean, that sounds sweet. Metroidvanias are fun. I love Metroidvanias. Every game should be a Metroidvania. You thought you were playing Tetris? Nah, it's a Metroidvania. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, bro. Yeah, I figured I could change these post-process things based on the sanity, and that's why it's causing it to get all weird like that. I keep going back and forth. It used to get really dark. Like I set this originally at like 0. And if you put this at like 0, oh my gosh, like it's a whole new world for what it does. Crawl under here. I almost like it better because it just gets it darker and darker and darker, and eventually makes it really hard to see where you're even going. But then it's really hard to play the game, so it's like, But I guess if it just kills her, then it's not so bad. But yeah, you see it gets so dark, it's like, okay, and just eventually goes completely black. I need to fix that respawn. But I don't know. I kind of like them having the ability to try to struggle their way to the light, as opposed to them just being sad and unable to see anything at all. It is a little more fitting for that curse eventually winning. So, eh. I think a happy medium's good. Also seems like the volume is way too loud on the music. I guess I could clamp it at like 5 or something. I want this one to be loud intentionally, the one that's more with the curse is taking over, so it's a warning to the player, but like, hey, get back in the light, sucker. It's not gonna go well. But, yeah, it's still a little loud. I don't know. I'm not really certain why it's so loud, seeing as how it should be clamped at half volume. But it's... About midway through, it's supposed to swap the two musics, essentially. That's about when you know that you're at 50%. I thought about having a meter for it, but I don't know if I feel like a meter's worth it or not. Then you go back in here and... Even he looks more menacing. Oh my god. He's terrifying. He's huge, too. I might want to make that faster. I don't know. That's really the debatable thing here. Because these delays are currently dictating how fast it happens. For both getting it back and losing it. Could try, like, reduce it by 33% and see if that affects it better. My biggest concern is I don't want the player to go on an extended vacation into the darkness. But I do want them to go into the darkness to find things, potentially. So, I guess I need to set a time for how long I want them to be in the darkness before it's a problem. Oh, this is so much faster. Oh, man. I almost kind of like that better. There's a test I want to do. There's a crawling test. I want to see if she can reach this particular point before the darkness gets her. I think that's about my limited test for how bad I want it to be. Oh. It's not too bad, because I easily made it. That's such a neat effect. Like, that's just changing the material and then adding an emissive trait to the material. Oh yeah, that's fine. Because then it also comes back faster too, which honestly I don't really want to have to wait forever in the things. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I like that better. Because now she's basically normal again, and it's a reasonable time. That's probably about what I want. But here's the problem here. And that is that when she dies, she respawns awkwardly. And I guess my question is why? I mean, I guess it's always the question, right? So reset game is what sets the after location. And she teleports to the location, none of the sweep crap. Because if you do sweep, then it'll count if she hits anything along the way and it'll stop her. So we don't want that. Break it. Well, maybe she's just spawning too low. If that's the case, do it. And that should put her higher up, so it shouldn't be as big of an issue, right? Maybe. But to save my own personal sanity, we're going to reduce her sanity. Yeah. And she'll die at like 80, less than 80 in there. Sure. Yes. I forgot I lit up the starting area quite a bit, so that is so. Okay, well, 80 is yeah, why is it doing that? I'm assuming it's related to this. Oh, this is that pipes thingy. What's this thing's problem? Well, those are all related to that weird extra thing, which is not even related to what I'm doing here. It's I'm gonna grab a light. This light. Not that light. Apparently don't let me grab that light. This light? Perfect. You'll do. Make a copy of it real fast. That's just these pipes over here. I wonder why they're doing that. I might change the category this stream is in. I've noticed that YouTube is not pushing streams like they once did. at all. I mean, it's YouTube. You never know what they're doing half the time anymore. I guess I'll move it to gaming. I mean, technically, I'm working on a game. Sorta. At least I like to think I am. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with that right now. I got to find out her location when she spawns in. And then the location of the floor is important to note too. So the location of the floor just says location 100. Okay, so it's not too bad. And she's recording her initial starting point there, so she should actually be right around here where she spawns, and yet she falls to the ground. Why? Why, oh, why, oh. Hmm. Well, let me get the actual location. Can't spell apparently. Keyboard is being a little temperamental. It's like, might need a recharge or something. Okay, well, you see, and string. Usually don't type that much of it, but apparently today, it's like, nah, you gotta type it. You gotta like it. I also need to enable all the screen messages again. When I quickly learned that I was typing this over and over, this dumb little command here to disable all screen messages and then enable them, I literally just made a thing that I can just connect from the start for the characters, so I never have to type it again. It's wonderful. I highly recommend everyone do this. Somewhere there's also a thing saying hello, if memory serves too, I think. Let me check, but... Oh yeah, you can just push these around if you want. That's just the parent one. I'm going to use different meshes so that it can look cooler and everything, but I wasn't too worried about how it looks yet. It's doing all zeros. Why zeros? That would explain why she's below. But that shouldn't even be possible, because if that's the case, it's supposed to be adding 50, so it should literally have Z is 50 and the others is 0, if that's what it's doing. And yet, I'm assuming it must, at the start, not be logging the player's spawn. And the reasoning for it was, is I broke the thing right here in order to do something along these lines here, thinking that I needed to push it up. Ah. Well, well, well. That's what we call stupid. I literally made this whole transform thingy because I was going to do something with it, and I never connected it. So the whole time it was never saving the information. Nice. Because the way I deal with the fact that the player hasn't touched any kind of respawn point at the start of the game is to just simply log wherever they begin the game at. So this way, if they die at the start of the game, before they've hit any kind of save point, They don't just end up in the void. There's literally no reason to do this. Breaking the links. Actually, since I don't need to modify that, I guess it's job done just fine. Target is scene component. Oh. Derp. Gotta remember, you have to start with a power thing somewhere. It's literally just like being an electrician. And get player character is often the main power thingy, because you can always get a hold of the player character without specifically casting to the player character. By just simply doing that. Like, you basically never want to cast to something in this game, because then it basically ties the two objects together. So if one ever loads, so does the other. It's the stupidest system. It gives you full access to the entire thing, though, so it basically loads the whole character. People are like, well, just cast the player character. It always loads it. Yeah, well, that means that when the player character is loaded, it also loads all the things that cast to it as well, so it works in reverse. So I did that, and my game ended up super laggy, and I'm like, well, what is that? Because you're casting to things, and then casting is dumb. Perfect. Let's jump in the box, and then see how that one works. It does go all dark again, all right? I need to get the actual distance a little better on that one, because it's letting you stand in the darkness a bit, and it probably shouldn't be. I drop right in front of there. I almost want animation so she could lay in the bed and things, and I kind of want to put like collectibles as you find them in the game, and just start decorating her little box. And just put these boxes all over the place. I'm probably going to move the little bouncing head. This was a throwback from the other to show she's used a particular box, and that's the last one she spawns at. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, because I could easily just have like a bunch of collectibles that would show up in here, and then just hide them, and then just set them to be visible if she's found them. Yeah, I'll make that right now. Just because. I don't need to make it, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, so since all the save points make use of the same box, and it is under the respawn points. I was gonna have a child one, but now the other respawn point. The other respawn point uses a graphic that's from this thing that I think is like full of stolen stuff. I don't know. I know a couple of the items from it are, so I'm really reticent to use it, even though it looks cool. But I'm like, oh man. And that would be this teapot looking thing, which I was like, oh man, that sucks. This looks so cool. This kind of weird crap is exactly what I want. But I went and watched through an entire playthrough of this game to see if where you could find this thing, and I wasn't able to find this item at all. I found some of the other stuff in the game. I just saw it and I was like, huh. But man, $10 down the drain, I guess. I have to pull a bunch of things out because of it, because like the pencil walls, those are also from it. There's all this weird like children's stuff that I thought would be creepy and fun. Child Nightmare, yeah. I actually don't have the full thing installed anymore. This box was also hers originally too. But God, it had so much cool stuff. I can actually install it and show off all the cool things I don't get to use. Well, I mean, I could try to use some of it. Like I say, if I can't find it in the game, it might be fine, but is it though? Is it really? I don't know. Seems kind of dicey. Especially when the guy immediately just took it down. And I can still see it because, I don't lose access to the files. But, I mean, I don't know. I love how you can just go to the Epic Games thing and just install things from it, just whatever you want. Oh, I have a child search like that. Look at all the free stuff. Oh, most of this was free. Thanks, Epic. Yeah, sure, you can overwrite those. Oh, I guess it doesn't want to do that. Yes, yes, thank you, Epic. Look at all these things. Ooh, an inventory system. I might build that in a second. Oh, it's an install then, just a plugin. Yes. I think I have enough free assets. Every month they just give you 5 more. I've just been clicking the button over and over and over, just saying, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? Very good. Very good. Actually, they had 5 new free ones not that long ago. I don't think I even looked at them. They were stats and achievements integration. I don't even know. It usually lets. Oh, okay. So you can do Steam stuff and everything. Someone does it for you. I imagine there's probably some sort of explanation on how to use it. It's usually just connect some crap into your blueprints. Fantasy interior environment. If only I was making a fantasy game, right? These people are great. I actually have some of their steampunk stuff. But I mean, look at all the stuff you just get for free. They actually break it up into pictures of all the stuff too, so you can just see all the little individual stuff just sitting there. Yeah, I have a bunch of their stuff. Oh, kawaii animations. See? Make that waifu game in there. Yeah, yeah. In case you want all these fun animations. Apparently, kawaii animations include heavy sword idols. Don't even worry about it. And bare hands combos. Huh. Huh. Well, I mean, maybe if I was using models and I had a kawaii character. Oh my god, there's so many animations. Yep. This is just called the waifu pack. I'm totally off on a tangent here. I don't even know what half this stuff is. This might be kind of neat, actually. Stylus crystal mine. These always look way cooler than I expect on a book. It's too low end graphics. Some of the stylized stuff is just so low end graphics. Like, I get why they do it, but it just doesn't match with what else I have. So it just looks weird. So I can't use it. Wait, what? CRT? Animated CRT thing? Yeah, not really. Oh, here you go. You can make your game look really old. You get all these different little things there. They're like, yeah, do this. This would be really good if you're going to make a regular horror game. Huh. Anyway. I was just trying to install that thing, but it didn't work, so whatever. Screw that Child Nightmare stuff, I guess. See, I need to replace those, I guess, with the boxes, because it makes more sense that, the original story, she started in a box, and the original RPG Maker version, it literally shows her opening the box in the title screen. So now she can finally start inside of the box. Very exciting. Okay, let's fix that. Then there's this thing here. This is a bit glitchy and weird. Also, it doesn't really float up to her, which is a problem I was trying to fix, but like the first time you do it, actually, it seems like it's not having any problems there. I kind of wanted to move a little slower up to where she's to above her like that. Hmm. Movable parents, the one. I could actually set this as a variable on construction and then have something different. I can also just replace something different. What do I even have? Oh, I know. There's all this Edith Finch stuff, which is free. And apparently I don't really have installed because I moved it to a different thing and I should have just ran a search. I think the twins room is probably the most likely to get the job done. I just want some children's stuff that you can do like that. I guess I could just make it like books and things. It doesn't really have to have children's things. I mean, it's like a toy warehouse, so I don't know. I've just resolved to install everything I possibly want into this project and then later on just get rid of everything that wasn't being used rather than try to separate it out. It's just stupid. Not gonna work. Uh, did it like error or something? Where? Oh, never mind. It's right here. This has all kinds of dumb little toys. Problem is though, is a lot of these things wouldn't exist. Why'd I pick the time period I'm using? Because this looks more like it's like 50s and onward, whereas the other one would be more like 1920s, maybe 1930s, maybe 1910. Honestly, anywhere in that the 10s to the 30s. Yeah, those aren't going to get the job done. Maybe I just use something from one of these, like this Victorian house thingy has so many things in it. This was free and it has over 500 meshes, like that are all optimized. It's like 2 gigs, but it's like 500 meshes, messes. But some of them do feel like a mess. I'm not gonna lie. Put a clock in the way. What I really wanted were those cubes with letters on them. So this way you could, you know, pick them up and spell things with them. Because I just know people would sit there and do that. They totally would. I totally would. I know what kind of a person I am. I'm a horrible person like that. I would so do that. There's chess pieces. Oh no. Oh, do we have to have a chessboard? I don't think I could actually get the logic set up specifically that way. Well, I don't really want to set up the logic to make it where the chess pieces actually are can only move the specific directions to where they say that would take a lot of effort for a dumb game, but maybe it might be pretty funny. Poppet chess piece. Just literally ape the Alice in Wonderland game as hard as possible. I'm trying to think of something that would be small enough to fit there because I only want like an object that's like of a certain size that Poppet can move. But I do have a lot of things to go through. I put alcohol bottles everywhere. I don't know about that. Cupcake. That's convenient because there was some cupcakes in the other one I liked blowing up, but I didn't want to pay extra money to use them, so I took them out. But if I put a cupcake in there, it has to like explode or something because if it doesn't do anything like that and you just throw a cupcake, that would just, I don't think anybody would be excited by that. I'm just going to leave it as it is for now and do a bit more decorating and working on the enemy instead. Yeah. The whole purpose of it was just to block things, so I wanted you to have to literally go over to, let's do this, let's enlarge it. I want you to have to go all the way over here and get the magician card first. Actually, that's, never mind. What am I doing? I need the magician card. All right, so let's enable that. Magician. Drop object. Oh, never mind. No, it stops right there. I need to reorder these so they're not so horrible looking. Throw object. I almost want to rig the pickup option to be left or mouse button too. Right now it's F for all the interaction thingies, which was fine when it was everything else. But now I'm starting to think that it might not be ideal. Uh, have to do some organizing of these here. Also, while I'm at it, I like the bubbles. This little thing here is really hard to read, but these bubbles are super easy to read. I actually don't even know why they have that there, and they could just have the bubble. It's just like 1,000 times better. Okay, so the purpose for doing this branch. If it's true, it does this. If it's false, it just does this. Also, detach from actor doesn't have more. Originally, I tried attaching to the actor. I was like, oh, pick it up and attach it, make it real easy. But what I learned is this: if you attach something to the actor, it loses like all the collision. So it just passes through things, which means that you can pick the cube up, stick it in the wall, and then let go of it, and it'll pass through the wall. So it was, you could. There are also places you can put the cube to use to put yourself through the geometry too. I can already see speed hacks just happening, like speed running strats. Yeah. I believe that's what I want here, and then this is so that they have to get this tarot card in order for it to work. I haven't quite figured out what the Fool's going to do yet. Originally, the Magician was going to throw fireballs, but then I realized that this is so much cooler than that. Oh, I need to make it so that the objects can actually damage things too. We'll just go full control in this game. Yeah. Yeah. Put that there, and then this too. Got the train going by in the background here. Nice, nice. Let's get rid of this detach from object since I changed how it was. It just moves to a space near the player now. It's just so much better than the other method I was using. If it finds it, does that. Otherwise, do this. Seems real good. Yeah. I mean, if I can get people addicted to the game to do weird crap, I mean, I'm down as long as people find the game fun and or engaging. I don't care if they find it fun; they have to find it engaging. Yes, engaging. I should probably have a jump scare or something if you're in the darkness too long, just so streamers can react to it. Speaking of engagement, I don't even like jump scares in games, and yet, you know. Actually, I'm going to put this below here outside of that so I know what it is. I'm getting more and more organized the more I do this. I think you can put this all in a giant macro. I don't know. Can it collapse to a macro? Yeah. I forgot that's the thing you can do. You just do this and now suddenly it looks all nice and neat. Some things can't be put in that. This is way off. But I mean, this cast spell is already a macro that does all this, so. Oh yeah, I've seen some. Nyx has got some messed up code. But it took like how many years for them to find it? Like, I mean, how messed up was the code really? People break these Unreal Engine games in like a day, finding all these weird, collision issues and stuff. So, but yeah, like the changing, messing with the ROM's memory and everything can really, um, really change things, make it a lot better. I kind of like that. Now all these functions are just sitting over here, so I don't even have to look at it. Huh. Um, Drop object. I've already been finding breaks in my own game, so I've been trying to patch those preemptively, just so the game, like, it was too easy to break it in a way that was not that beneficial, or maybe it is beneficial, but I just don't know how it's beneficial yet because I don't know where the goal is of the game yet. I need to make a menu system too. I need to look up how to do the menu system. I've done it a couple times, random things for it, but I don't remember. Yeah, maybe this is better. Let's see, collapse to macro. Uh, Update sanity. So now if you want to do things, you just double click this instead, and there's all the code for it. As opposed to scrolling through this event graph trying to figure out where everything is. Maybe. Poppet's always going to be the most complicated blueprint. Yeah, she is. She's really complicated. Oh, can't do it, huh? Update sanity post process. Yeah, see, some of these things just can't. So I really want to make things really easy to view, and you just can't. This isn't even an actual part of that. It's just a different, separate thing here entirely. They just tick over and over, and they're kind of related, sort of. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why certain nodes are just locked away. What was I even doing? I mean, I got to trying to make things look nicer. I still have the ghost form thingy, which does tie to the death thingy. Oh, I know, I was making a tarot card. You have death tarot card, and ghost makes ghost form able to fly. And I guess pass through some objects. I think I don't know if I'm gonna put that in because I don't really know what objects you'd be able to pass through. My worry is that if I let you pass through certain objects, then you could just pass through the world, and that's not a good plan, I don't think. Is it under pickups? No, that's not the one. Oh yeah, I want destroyable objects. We'll get to that next. Collectibles. Oh, that's right. I've already made a system for it. Ooh. So what you do, drop it here, and then Poppet has the official name for every one of these right here. Tarot card. This is why I have all of them separate here, so I can keep track of what they have. I mean, I could just technically check this box and it counts her as having it, so. And then we go to okay. So we stand over here, like a this. And she can't pick the thing up. Oh, nope, she can. She just can't throw it. I locked out the ability to throw it, but not the ability to pick it up. Good job, me. Good job. Okay, now here's a problem. The way the system goes is it has a line trace that goes from the character, from the camera actually, towards the object. And then it does on interact. But it doesn't differentiate the types. And on interact is used in a lot of things. I prefer not to have to manually change that. It'd be a lot easier if I could just change that. But if I do that, I got to change it in every one of these other ones in Victorian House, right? All these. And ideally, I don't have to do that because each one is on interact, because I want to just recycle those as much as possible and then just change out the graphics. Because I mean, if you've already made a cupboard open, do you really need to make another opening cupboard, or can you just change the graphics and change a couple numbers so that it looks correct? Which really, this guy should have made a parent blueprint to change and not had them all separate like this. He did not, though, which makes me sad. Such sad, much wow. Okay, so I can make a shortcut thing here. I got this. I got this. Oh, it's actually interact. I'm just blind. I can't see it, so whatever. We'll call this enabled. And it's going to return enabled. It'll just be a bool. So it's in question. And this needs to be a string because I'll save an unnecessary conversion if I do that. All right. So what we're going to do is take this, and it's already part of this thing here. So Terra enabled. I need a message. Oops. Oh. Enabled. It'll bug me. It's really that simple. It's just bug me. And it changed it for me here. Perfect, perfect. When you do this with the string things there, you have to have the perfect name. It cannot be even remotely different. Even by having an extra space at the end, we'll screw it up. Do this. And then branch. Okay, and then if this is true, do this. And if not, eh. Okay, that's the first part. Oh. Get player character. Over on Poppet, this Tarot the Magician thingy. Actually, no, it doesn't need to be under that one because it's for all of them. Where's a good place to dump a generic? Generic upkeep's not really like that. It's not a movement. It's not really an attack. Let's just make a new one here. So enabled function, not function. I'm dumb. I can't have an event. You do have this one, right? So it's one of the interfaces, the interact interface. I should be able to do an event for it. Interact interface right here, turn enable, blah, blah, blah. Interact interface, sure. Should be an event. Yeah, because usually you can just be like this, like, and it has add event. Can you not add an event if it's got an ender? Let me double check that. Maybe that's the case. I'll have to think of a new strategy if that's the case, but you know. Yeah. Okay, well, I just need two then. New function. Enabled answer, I guess, is fine. And it'll just do Good question. Sure. This is a way to avoid casting to the characters, because if you cast to the characters, and it just causes, like I say, that whole load, and that's terrible. And then it needs to output into the other. Actually, just both of these is fine. But I'm going to put them in the same order so I don't hate my life. Actually, does it need to? Because it puts both those into there. I think it does. I mean, we'll figure it out. Let's test it. Let's solve this mystery here. See, I can add it now, but it's not what I want. So I need to call that function there. And then we're going to go to this thing here. Get this find. Name there. A little ugly to do it that way, I guess. It's also, I don't know if it's worth making a variable just for this tiny little bit of stuff. Maybe it is, I don't know. Kind of gets a little messy over here otherwise. That's why I started doing this whole dump them all in one thing so I have multiples in there. This Poppet's getting too complicated. I might even redo a bunch of these so that they're all inside of that, just so I don't have to deal with it. Can go up there, I guess. And on false, it will be not enabled. And then, what's the problem? Okay, well, if there's multiples, where are they? Hmm. How do you exist? Why do you exist? Okay, whatever. Just changes here. Return node. Oh, is that how that works? God, it's been so long since I've used this type of interface. Okay, okay. So I don't even need to put it on a graph. Fascinating. Okay, okay. All right. If that's the case, enabled. Answered. I'll take these here. Seems to hate these, that's fine. So apparently it doesn't even go on the graph. Sometimes it gets a little weird, not gonna lie. Yeah, this is fine. As the house burns down, this is fine. If true, do this. Oh, nope, don't need that. Copy this node. If false, return nothing. Okay. Guess I'll neaten it up a little bit. All right, so it should just be send and return. So I'll go back to that's helpful there. Thank you. All right, that should be all I need. That's way better than I thought. I have to put a different interface. I'm recycling the open door one for that, but I could actually use the make a special one for it. Perfect. It's got a dumb noise for it, but that's okay. It needs to go up a little higher, though. It's weird that it's stopping so low. Oh, it's not. That's not the problem. It's as I enlarge the size of it. I think I'm just gonna leave it at smaller size and just put more than one there, right? Wouldn't that just be better? Um, hmm. I could also make it instance editable, so I only need one, and just make the construction for it whatever I want. Let's do that. Having 9 million versions of something seems like so much work. And I could just change the stuff as I'm going along. Like, let's see. It's not under characters. I don't know why I'm looking at characters. Collectibles. Okay, so oh, not collectible. Movable. Right here. I'm done. We're looking for just probably set static, right? Promote it to a variable. New mesh is fine, actually. And then the default we'll use is that cube. Wait, is that the one we were already using? Let's stick with what I was already using as the default. And then, well, this doesn't, I could actually put the particle on here. Originally, it's Poppet that attaches the particle to it. But do I really need that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Why not just have the particle be on the item itself? Right? Because then I can just as easily enable or disable it as necessary. I can also put the sound on there too. Reinterpret to, this is not being currently used at the moment. I left code there just in case I want to have the box wobble. I kind of do want the box to wobble a little, right? Instead of just being floating there. Let's see. Custom event. Captured object idle movement. Sure. Do this. And then the initial event capture object is right here. Yeah, I'm spawning the emitter attached. And then passing the particle back. How necessary that really is. I could put the variable on here to do that, but also the reason why this isn't so great is then it attaches this this particle to Poppet as a file that's always loaded if Poppet's loaded, which kind of makes me wonder if that's a good idea. As opposed to just simply, I don't know, not doing that. Actually, let me do a quick little cheater here. Find that particle for me. Cascade particle. Perfect. And that's it as the thingy there. Well, that means it'll just grow with the size of that, I think. This is set at 3 though, which means this might be too small unless I change that. Let me leave that enabled. I want to see what it does. Get all sneaky here. That's not bad. It's just enabled the whole time. Oh, I don't have the magician card, so I can't pick it up. That's not a bad idea at all. Let's see. So instead of doing this crappy delete thing, set visibility on the glow. I really don't want anything tied to Poppet that doesn't need to be tied to Poppet. She's already the biggest event by far, or the biggest actor by far, with so much that she does. Um, yeah, I can just do it right here, actually. Yeah, do this, and then this. And this, kind of a mess, but whatever. For now, it's fine. And then this thing here, we just stop using the whole attached particle crap. And then for here, event release object. I don't need that anymore. Go to Poppet. And it'll just run these instead. And then I just remove those from here. This one's gone through so many versions. Like some of the initial ones were so dumb. There's still a lot of dumb going on here, but not as dumb. Well, that's right. I just do this. Can't I? It's a macro. And then it's a component, I think, that where the thing is at. Captured object particle. Yes, yes. Well, I will say this was a better time to stream than like starting 2 hours from now, where I got like 3 views. But it's not a great time to stream still. I need to remove that so they can't see an indicator on it. Why didn't it launch it? That's weird. I also like the macros because I have to try to remember where everything is. Huh. Let's just enable the magician card right now so I don't have to go grab it every time I want to test this. Broke something. Okay, so if it's found true, Mhm. Mhm. Didn't even reach that point. Oh, wait, I haven't disabled messages, right? Just to double check that I'm not being dumb. They're enabled. Okay. That would mean that the problem is somewhere down here in this thing. Added that. I wonder if that's causing some problems. Did say true. Okay, so we know it's going to there, so I must have been a change I made in the other. Save everything. It does hit this point. Okay. Now we this. Hmm. Where did I break it? Oops. All in my effort to make this supposedly better. Okay, I'm gonna undo those macros. They weird me out. I don't like them. I just don't quite see them the way I want to. Just from a logic standpoint, that just seems so weird to me. That's okay. I'll hide them later when they prove useful to hide, but for now. Eh. Well, I broke both. So by breaking both, it means that I think what I'm missing is right here. Actually, I just deleted this one thing here. Coding is not very exciting to look at, I guess. It's true. Well, that picks it up, so that's fixed. It says true over and over. That's true. Womp womp. So we know this is the case. Hmm. Actually, I'm just gonna put it right here and see if it reaches that point. Get an idea of where it's breaking. You know it reaches this point just fine. And capture object is the next one. This is where the mistake is happening. I just deleted something I wasn't supposed to. Hmm. Capture object actually does work. I was gonna say, I'd be surprised if it didn't. And it obviously runs the rest of the code to move it to her, because if that was not the case, then she would have it wouldn't have floated up to her like that. So let me test to see if this other little code works. All right, so it moves up and down just fine. A little slower than I want. Okay. So then we're back to these launch ones here. So we've established those work. So these finish out at release object. Oh, I'm just dumb. Oh my god, it's so dumb. It's right there. I just forgot to connect one line. That's what happens when you don't sleep. It's the secret. Just never sleep and you'll be fine. Probably not true. You probably shouldn't do that. Here. Straighten out my cables. Then while I'm at it, I want to make a slight change to this so it's a little faster. And yeah, just faster. Make it faster. Maybe. I might have it backwards, but I'm pretty certain that makes it faster. Oh, so many random pops in weird places. Comes from me hunched over the computer all the time. Someone throwing it. Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's going infinite, guys. Oh. Jesus. Wow. The more I click it, the faster it goes. But it's not letting go of it. All broken all the time. Oh wait, that needs to be none. That's actually why I had it. I'm trying to avoid it in the first place so that it doesn't keep using it. Why is it that 3 a.m. he knows more about coding than like 9:50 p.m. me. There we go. Mm, that's not what I want. There we go. Not sound, it's audio. I remember to type that. Set the volume multiplier for nada. No more of this attaching weird sounds thing. It's just bizarre. Do that. I don't remember where it was at initially anyway. Wait, what am I doing? What am I gonna call this? Object captured. Oh, wait. Audio is not exactly descriptive enough for my tastes. And this should deal with the problem of them picking it up multiple times and it just stacking the sounds, which was painful to listen to. Is it? Is it really? If I was a spawned sound, where would I be? Oh, that's right. It actually connected to the mesh. The person who made this is like, blah, blah, blah. Since I took this from the Victorian house blueprints and then have altered it to be, for my own purposes of being able to be picked up and moved around, but the initial interaction system, where mostly it was just, oh, look, you clicked on it, do something, came from that. And then I added a bunch of dumb crap that didn't probably need to be there, but does need to be there, so, you know, happens. It's not going to move itself, you know? Where are you? Gravity delay. Actually, I'm not sure I even want this on there. It's already got a thing around it, so it doesn't seem necessary to do it again. Ah, I never would have found that because there's another name attached to it. And that should fix the problem. Yes. It's a little inconsistent when it turns off. That's strange. Hmm. Having it wobble up and down does kind of make it move inconsistently, doesn't it? Oh, it tries to move to the arrow, but she can't move through her head. Well, if I change that, means this hovering. It's going to need to change to. Actually, I'll have a kind of wobble between the two or something like that. Just to kind of give it a little motion so it's not like just hovering and doing absolutely nothing. Make it a little bit better. She has a running, so I think it throws farther. I can play golf here. Ah. We're taking it with. Come on. Come on. Shove it. Yeah, look at that. So I could make it damage players or enemies. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Think about this one here. Oh, I know what I need. Let's see. I need an event. When does particle despawn become active? Okay, it just does that there. Our custom events. Too far from player. Is captured. All right. And then from is captured to how far do I want the player? Get distance to self and then get player character. Um That's greater than equals 0, branch. Um, oh wait, no, this will be on this one here. No forward vector, don't throw, just drop. Okay. And then too far from player. Will be right here. Oh. I gotta set a distance for how far away I want this to trigger. Like 500 or something. Give a distance. If it gets too far from that, it just drops on the ground. It makes it a lot easier than it just being stuck forever floating. Why does it not have a thingy on it? That didn't work. Couch follows the player. Nice. I have no idea how I made that happen, by the way. Yeesh. Well, I had to adjust my desk real quick because I've been standing for longer than I want to. All right, so where did I botch this? Oh, oh, actually, I like to stay so I have a better idea of what's just going on. Hmm. It immediately did false. Um, no, this needs to be done this way. Or wait. I think logically it has to be reversed. Just do it this way. Makes more sense. Sure, whatever. Hmm. Oh. If you do this, you have to install at least a tiny delay. Any delay. It can be like 0.1 is enough. But you must have a delay. What if I camp this under educational would be better? Experimenting with stream settings because, you know, it's not like the stream doesn't that amazing, so. Maybe if I sit in different categories. It could be a science and technology type of thing. How to and style? Do I seem like a how to and style type of guy? Uh, it's programming. Yeah, screw it. Let's sit in science and technology for a while. That'll just be the stream thing for a while. Okay, so break my infinite loop here on this coding thing here. Okay. I love these events that just keep on repeating over and over and over and check for things. That still works. Okay. Perfect. She can pull it through, can't she? Then turn back on. There we go. Unless you're crawling under, so it's kind of hard to trap these things so that they don't actually move with, but actually that worked pretty well. Okay, well, I guess she's still holding on to it. Huh. Sometimes it doesn't kick on. That's interesting. Like right there. Is it a doing too fast, maybe? I don't think I need these anymore. We know the code works. Oh no, I hate it like that. It's got to be like that. UE's default thing tries to cram them all together. If you hit Q, it just does this horrific thing where it's just like, check this out. Q. That is not readable. Whoever thought this was a good idea, what's wrong with them? It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, that one. Okay, that does what I need. What else am I doing with it though? I was gonna give it a custom mesh. All right, so instance editable, expose on spawn. All right, so from here I can just change the mesh to anything I like. Let's make two. And mesh. I am not looking that way. Inspection bottle? Oh, it's an inspection item. I want to do that. Chess piece. Perfect. It's kind of tiny though, right? What up with that? Oh god. Hmm. Huge. Do, 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 do. So that's scaled. Promote. Expose. No. Actually, I could do the 3D widget too. Why not? Who doesn't like 3D widgets? I like 3D widgets. Very exciting. Well, for me anyway, but I don't get out much, so, you know. Take that to mean what you will. Yes. Yes, indeed. And then the default scale, in this case, I'll just make it 3 because of the cube kind of uses 3, so it's perfect for it. But then on here, I can scale the whole thing up to like 5, 10. These things are tiny. 20. Oh, there we go. That's what we need. And the new scale for this can be 5, 3. Not 0.3. 3 is pretty good. Sure. I hope it's visible. What is up with you? Okay, now I know you can do that, by the way. Where's your gravity? Oh, you can't use those because of the other? Is that the case? So I think it's simple as just maybe both. Let me test this. I don't know. The problem is I can't have things that don't have a very their collision needs to be pretty perfect because of the fact that Poppet's so tiny she runs around them. So if she can't, you know, interact with them as though they were about that shape, it works out very badly and weird. I want to make a change to this. I want to end the is captured later, so they can't pick it back up while it's still finishing up, so I don't get some weird loop crap. So pretty much right about here, I think is where I'm going to do it. For that one, and then I have to do one of the location. It's no longer captured, and then I think I'll make it less than like 10 or something, because it doesn't need to be completely stopped to get rid of that, because otherwise it really demands like the most minute of being stopped to the point of just you can't even see it moving, but it's still playing the particle, and that's just it's just a little longer than I want it to be. You know, I'm going to set up a chess set. It's very important that I have a chess set set up, so this is just going to happen. It's just because there's going to be a thing. Huh. These are all physics based, so I can actually just shove them, right? Yep. You know what might be a good idea? A thing that causes them to respawn back to their initial starting location if I save as a fail save. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. World transform. I think you just get it for the mesh, right? Oh, starting transform. Um, set location. Oh wait. Um. Hmm. How will I know which one is which? Hmm. Never click that. It opens this. I don't know what to do. Hmm. I don't have music playing while I do this. Having nothing going is just so quiet. And I mean, the music in the game is fine and all, but I don't really want to hear it all the time. Um, Wait, do I know how to do this? Got sidetracked by the music. Speaking of which, I'm gonna adjust it so it's a little less bad in my ears. All right. Hmm. So, well, either way. Gonna be a branch either way. Making it backwards here. Let's see. I think I could do this here. Don't need this anymore. Um, so we do this, and seems unnecessary to do that. Actually, just break all links. Clean this up a bit since that is no longer necessary. All right, I'm just gonna expand this out. Create a loop of those on completed. We do the rest of this. We do this, move this down. like so. And then for true, actually, um, nah, I see this easier. Um, and then we take the starting transform right here. That should work, probably, maybe. Might explode. If it explodes, I deserve it. Gotta fix that. And look, they're right back to where they started. Perfect. Can I still pick them up? That's kind of neat. So that works. Always make event begin play blue. Hmm. Then there's the enemy problem there. When you beat him up, he doesn't necessarily just die. He plays the other animation. Which I should probably work on, though. I kind of want to set up a chess set just so I can have it. That's kind of sweet. And so I'm going to. This camera is a savage. Wish I could open these up, but I really can't. Also, these are kind of stuck in weird locations. I think I might leave the light not a thing here for the moment. I don't like that these are stuck inside of things. Just looks bad. Huh? Interesting track. Dark Fantasy Studio basement, huh? Make note of that. I'm not sure I want it quite as happy-go-lucky music, but I don't know. It makes the curse thing seem so much more evil. Hmm. 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 I might fix that later. I was gonna build a chess set though, and I got sidetracked. So let me stop getting sidetracked. I think I just want to put the board out there and just place things. Not that one. Content browser. I could build almost this whole game off this Victorian one there. It's so good. I'm half tempted. I kind of want to use some of these elements for specific things here. This steampunk environment is huge, and it's all outdoors for the most part, which I don't plan on doing. Guess I could use that instead of the stylized winter city. So I do want to have an area that's like got like a little city built in the attic, you know, like Toy City. But the world it's in's got more of a steampunky feel, so a lot of these don't seem like they would be so great. There's a lot of options here though. Rocks. It's all stylized too, so it looks kind of weird, right? I don't know. Do I like them? Maybe. I don't think I'm stylized really. I don't think I can get away with that. I might be deleting this one there because it just might not look quite correct. Because everything else is actually pretty real looking. So there's a fence. Fences aren't too bad, but I also have fences in the other one too, so it's not that necessary. It's got treasure boxes. Oh shit, gifts and things. I could have a Christmas area for Christmas gifts. That's actually probably good enough reason to keep it right there, right? Yeah. Got little fake looking trees too, I think. Huh. Little arm pop there. Actually, the tree looks pretty good. Maybe the stylized does work because it looks like toys. And things looking like toys seems like a pretty good plan. Okay, I'm a little more sold now. All right, all right. I'm feeling it, feeling it. Unfortunately, everything is broken up, so I have to would manually have to build it. I think what would really happen is I would just load up that level and steal things from it. Like pre-made stuff. Hmm. I'm gonna load it and look. See how it looks. Probably steal whole buildings from it. Like a pro. I mean, I'll eventually start making my own stuff too, but it's a concept for later in the game, I think. I think I might not have the paintings lead anywhere. I think the paintings will just be ways you can get things. Or something. I don't know. I'm uncertain how the game's going to pan out. That's why I'm making all the abilities first. One of the problems, though, if you put too many different types of biomes in the same thing, it's a lot of textures that need to be loaded, so the memory management's very hard. I think I'd rather have some sort of level setup so I don't have to do that. Because I have one guy and optimizing is already a challenge. It's taking forever to load the scene. And that is why we wait. Ah, yes, the start for the RPG Maker game when it starts zooming down on the city of Shadowdark. Good times. Good times indeed. Now I wish I had clicked this. I also wish it appeared on this screen and not the other screen, but the other screen is the main screen and this is not. This might look really good for purposes of playing as Poppet, so maybe I'll do that. Oh, that's right, there's no light. Oh, let me fix some things here real fast. Um... That should just give me permanent tarot of the sun, so I can't die of the darkness. Oh, this could be pretty cool, actually. First I thought it would look kind of weird, but I don't know now. Hmm. Hmm. Got all this crap out here too. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's just pieces of the buildings. I don't really want to put them together. That's just a lot of work I don't want to do. But do I do that, or do I just have... I mean, a Christmas-themed area is kind of nice. I was thinking of a Halloween area, a Christmas-themed area. And then... I don't remember the other areas I was thinking. A dollhouse. Though I haven't found good doll stuff, so I don't know about that. I would have to go through and find each one. And it's a lot of pieces. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. Huh. Needs a mass select where I just drag and get all of them. Be so handy. Okay, I guess these could stay. No Christmas stuff yet. But if the paintings are stylized, that's actually pretty good. Like, I make everything realistic outside of the paintings. It's in here. And then just make the stuff in the paintings stylized to show their paintings. Huh. Anyway. That over. About 20. Maybe even 18. Oh, wait. No. I need the movable parent. That's not what it's called. Oops. Not very helpful. Mesh figure. Yeah, that's really irritating. Volume. Yeah, mesh balance volume is just annoying. Ugh. Way too tired for my own good. I'm making this chess set. It's important. The problem is there's no easy way to change the color on it, is there? Or is there? Wait a second. Usual look stuff up. I'm gonna have to do some research on that because it's not so easy to just change the color of something apparently. You'd think they would include another color of chess set. They have not. We'll do this. I'm curious. Wait, not new mesh it. God, this isn't like Daz. I'll think about it. I'll at least set up one side. Am I blind? Probably blind. Happens. That's fun. I'll find a way to make a second set. Problem is I can't change the color of the material because I have to change it for all of it. So I'd almost need a duplicate material and then do it. It's fine. I'll get around to that eventually. Oh, I see. And what I need to change... Oh, it's not that at all. It has to be changed in each... That is changing it on the static meshes. Right? Collision? Both? Save all? Hmm. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Ooh. Well, my experiment to streaming a little earlier was fine. I don't think I got a great deal more traffic. So far, middle of the morning, like at 3 a.m. or 4 or 5 a.m. is actually when I get the most traffic. Hmm. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it because, well, other work I got to do. As fun as this is, it doesn't pay the bills. And it's probably never going to. So, gotta work on what pays money. Well, anyone who watches in the future, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you later.